Hi, this is Tracy from GiftBasketappeal, and today we're going to be taking this soap box and we're going to turn it into a really pretty flower box. So let's get started. I thought that I'd use this burlap ribbon. I really like the way it looks. However, when I try to cover this, you can actually see right through it. So I'm going to be painting it white, and then I'll adhere the burlap to it. So I think this will work out. I'm really super excited. I've had this idea in my mind for a while, and I'm going to be filling it with some flowers. I'm not sure yet, but I have these, got this kind of off-white flower here, and then I have this kind of a beige burlap looking flower. I think I may go with this one. And then I also have this really white flower. This particular box is actually a Dollar Tree soap that I absolutely fell in love with. My husband loves it too. And so I have a lot of these boxes. So that's why I do so many soap box projects. It's a great way to recycle, upcycle, and I'll list the other videos below that I've done some of these same projects with. There's so much you can do with these. So first thing I'm going to do, of course, is paint this white. I just figured that it's good to just start with the white paint. And I just want a little bit of coverage on this, just to cover up those labels. And since we're going to be covering it with that burlap, I'll probably only need one coat. And I will be sure to list everything below. I'm just holding on to this so that I have something to hold on while I do this. I'm also going to be filling this with rocks before I put in my floral foam, and that's to weight it down a little bit so it doesn't tip over, and you can just display it anywhere. So I'm going to go ahead and finish painting this, and then I'll come back when it dries. Okay, so my box is all dry, and I just needed just the one coat. And some of it is not covered up all the way, but that's okay because it's enough so that the burlap won't show through. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap the burlap around the box, and I cut 4 pieces. So this should be enough to cover everything. Even if it overlaps a little bit, it's still good. And I'm just going to hot glue it right to the box. So I'm going to start at the bottom here. Just work my way right up. So let's see what that looks like. So I already went ahead and measured it out. And who knew that this burlap ribbon would be so useful? And it's Dollar Tree. Just for $1 you can make something really cute. And this is good for if you have to make a whole bunch of these. Okay, so let's see. Actually, I need to put a little bit of hot glue underneath to hold this in place. And just be careful when you're using this hot glue and burlap, just so that you don't burn yourself. And I'm going to kind of pull this tight and overlap it. So that's what it would look like. So you already see it's gonna look really nice. This chevron print is nice. So I'm gonna take another one, and I'm just overlapping it. I'm not really being exact. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead and glue this. Just put a little bit. It'll hang on really good. Just like that. Just press it down for a little bit. And come around with it like this. So I want to make sure that it's nice and kind of tight on there. And I could already tell this is going to look good. It's just amazing what you can do with these soap boxes. Okay, take a look at the front. Got the second row on. It looks good so far. It just gives it a little bit more dimension on there too. And I'm not going to worry about this right now. You can see the seam there. I'm going to show you a way to kind of cover that up. So I'm putting just a little bit of glue on the burlap and then on the box. Just use this to hold it down. These are some old tweezers that I've had forever. That grabs on really good. Okay, let me take a look at that front. Looks good. Still continuing, just having that little bit of overlap. And that fits perfectly. You can hardly tell that there's a seam there. And that's what we've got so far. And I'm just kind of moving it up just a little bit. Put this last piece on, and I'm just coming right up to the top there. So it's perfect the way it fits on there. So let's go ahead and put this last one on here. And just coming just a tiny bit above the rim on this one. Let's see what that looks like. Take a look at it. Okay, it looks good. And no one will ever know that this is a soapbox. Okay. That's what we have so far. That's the back part. That's the front part, but I'm going to show you what you can do. If you want to use this as a front part, you can. But just to cover up that seam, just run. This is another ribbon from the Dollar Tree. I use this a lot. I could just run this right along there just to kind of cover it up. And I think I'll hot glue that on there. So I'm just measuring it this way. And I'm just going to make a straight line right down this seam here. I can't remember. Yeah, this is actually a Dollar Tree lace ribbon. I couldn't remember if I had gotten that from Dollar Tree or Walmart. I know Walmart has some of those too. Okay, so I am just running this down the center here. Let that stick. It doesn't take much to stick on here either, so. And that looks adorable. That lace really adds something to it. Look at that. Okay, so this is the back. And what you could do is you can just take some and run it across the front, which I'm going to do, like right down the center. Just to add a little bit to it. You don't have to do this, but I'm going to go ahead and do that. I like the way this lace looks. It's just different texture for your burlap. Burlap and lace, that's what it is. Burlap and lace flower box. And if here's another idea, I'm just thinking out loud, is if you want, you can run more lace right along the side there. So you can have some on each of the edges, or you can have some right around the top there, which is really nice. I'm going to put mine on the center. So you can do whatever you want with your creation. Remember, there's no rules. You make up your own rules. I'm just giving you a little bit of inspiration. Bet you'll never look at a soapbox again without thinking what you can make out of it. Let's make sure I got that wrapped around okay. Okay, and I've got that looking real cute. Look at that. See, just adding that little bit. I covered up the seam in the back, But this could be the front also if you wanted it to. And so now I'm going to take some rocks, and I got a bunch of these white rocks, a bag of them from Dollar Tree. So I've used a lot of these. I think this is like maybe one bag, and I've used a lot of these to kind of hold these down. You could also use marbles. I know Dollar Tree has those gemstones, like a flat gemstone. You can use those too. I think one of my rocks went down in here too. Okay. I'm going to put just a little bit of hot glue right here, since my lace wants to come up a little bit, or my burlap, just to hold that on there. Put some around here too. Yeah, and those rocks will help it to, so it doesn't like tilt over, since it's so small and light. Okay, and it looks like we got, now that our box is nice and secure, and if I wanted to, I'm thinking about something else I could do. I could take some pearls and put them around here if I wanted to. So that would look pretty too. So there's just so much you can do. Just giving you some ideas. And so now I'm going to take my floral foam and just push it in there. And it actually fits perfectly. This comes in like a pack of, I think 6, or a pack of, I can't remember, 4, 6, something like that. So I always buy a pack if I see them, since they usually run out a little bit, especially with the holidays coming up. Okay, and so I'm going to add, I think these flowers will work very well with this. I think it'll look really pretty. So let's go ahead. I'll keep the greenery on there and see how it looks. But these boxes are so much fun. And the nice thing is you can start with a small one, and then you can work your way to a larger box. You can do the same technique on a larger box, which is nice. But I always like to start small projects and then get bigger, especially if it's a new project that I'm learning. But I like these smaller crafts too, because you could do this in a weekend, make several of them, do it in a day. And these are so pretty, these hydrangeas, because they're like a burlap. It's almost like a, kind of has a material feel to it. Nice little texture on it. Finding a place to put it. And this looks really pretty. I'm just going to put one of these maybe in the center here. And I'm not sure if I'm going to keep it there. I might just change it around tomorrow. Who knows? Okay, and your flower box is all done. And look how pretty that burlap looks on there. And you could do all kinds of stuff with these soap boxes. Let me show you the other one that I did. But look how pretty that is. We made that pretty quickly. You can make a bunch of these, and no one would know. This will look nice on a nightstand or an end table. And here's another one that I made using the same burlap. This one is a polka dot, also from the Dollar Tree. And so look at that. And I just added some white flowers to it. Decorated the back the same way. So I really hope that you like this idea. I really love the way this came out. I hope this inspired you. And if you want to join our crafty family, please go ahead and hit that subscribe button. Also, if you like this video, go ahead and give me a thumbs up. And I'll post pictures of these 2 pretty projects at the end. And thank you again for joining me. Bye.